my shadow band is almost off. Dude, I figured no, seriously. I'm dead serious. I figured TikTok out. Sometimes they don't like controversial videos, dude. I did that one about Shohei and Pete Rose. They shadow banned that. That wasn't sent out, dude. It wasn't sent out. They don't like controversial stuff.
Charlie got the mic, he's dropping facts all day. Anthony's like, nah, I got the better parlay. Argue about the spread, it's a fierce debate. But when it comes to Wildcats, they align their fate. Blitz the bookies where the knowledge reigns. Charlie and Anthony bring the heat like flames. Talking parlays, breaking down the games. Kentucky Wildcats, they beat the same drums.
All right, guys, the Blitz is back. I'm Charlie Winkle here with Anthony Roberts and Josh Onan. Welcome to the Blitz the Bookie podcast. It's Tuesday, May the 26th, and the New York fans are partying like it's 1999 because the New York Knicks are back in the NBA Finals for the first time since 1999. They got beat by the Spurs that year, so there's a chance of a rematch because the young Spurs are right now currently tied 2-2 with the defending NBA champion Oklahoma City Thunder. Let's take it back to 1999. I think unless you're an Oklahoma City fan, that's the matchup you want to see. The Knicks against Wemby and the Spurs. Game 5 is starting right now as we speak. We'll keep an eye on that. We're going to touch on the NHL playoffs. We're going to make some picks in college baseball and college softball just because. But before we get started, I think we need to touch on, acknowledge the passing of Kyle Busch. The news came out last Thursday, and it rocked the racing world. Really rocked the sports world. That's how big of a figure that he's been. He's been a big part of NASCAR for a long time now. And, I don't know all the details. I've been reading into it a little bit. Seemed like there might have been something leading up in the weeks before. I guess there was a race a week or two ago where he radioed in during the race. I don't know if y'all saw this.
Yeah.
Saying that he needed a doctor after the race. I don't know what ended up happening with that or how that ties in or if it even does tie into him passing. But 41
years old.
As far as we know, healthy other than whatever was going on maybe in the past couple weeks. It hits home for me because my dad passed in 2019 and kind of the same way. The family, I think, has put out a statement saying double pneumonia and I guess like a complete shutdown.
And it turned into sepsis. He got an infection in his lungs and then he kind of, couldn't fight it off.
Exactly what happened to my dad. Of course, he was a little older, 58, but healthy, got sick for a couple of days, ended up double pneumonia, complete shutdown, cardiac. So when something happens sudden like that, it can really it rocked me and my family. Of course, when somebody passes, it's never easy, no matter how it happens. But, the fact that he was fairly healthy and still racing and such a big part of the racing community. My dad was also a racing fan. He was more of an indie guy, but hits home with me. And, everybody knows his name, right? Everybody knows the Busch name. Kyle Busch, Kurt Busch. I'm willing to bet a lot of people that aren't even racing fans know the name. So from Blitz the Bookie to the family, the friends, everybody involved, prayers. It's a terrible situation. I hate to hear that anybody passes too young like that. So sorry to ramble, guys. How did y'all hear about the news? I know we're not big racing fans here at Blitz the Bookie, but we're sports fans, and it hit me kind of hard.
Heather kind of started following NASCAR because she watched that NASCAR show on Netflix. So Heather's kind of like the last 2 years has been like a big NASCAR fan. And I like NASCAR like 15, 20 years ago. Me and James Hoagland used to watch NASCAR together. And it's funny, Kyle Busch was our favorite driver. I mean, I used to have the number 18 Eminem t-shirt, a number 18 koozie. Me and him was against Earnhardt Jr. all the time. You know, me and James Hogan was really into it. And into the and in the last few years with Heather watching that show about the families and all that on Netflix, she's kind of got me back into it a little bit, but she's got her app where she follows her favorite drivers. And if we're out at Roosters or wherever on a Sunday, she's having them change the channel to turn on the PepsiCo 400 so she can watch this stupid road course race. But just to, you know, she's just, you know, when you watch these shows on Netflix, and it sucked her into golf and in NASCAR, where you get to know the families and the people, it's made her a fan of NASCAR and golf. And she's not a huge sports fan. She likes her football like everybody else, but she literally follows the sport, and she followed NASCAR. And I mean, I remember texting her, like, you know, I say, "Hey, Kyle Busch is in the hospital." And then a day later, she was like, "Kyle Busch just died." So just like you said, very shocking for a 41-year-old to pass away, especially a guy that was still racing. And people were saying they were hoping a few years that him and his son could actually race against each other, you know, on the track. That would have been pretty neat. But again, just you know, those are just my memories of Kyle Busch and what I liked about him. He was always kind of a controversial guy. You know, he's kind of a loudmouth, talked his shit. You know, he backed it up on the course, but he really never would back it up fighting you. But I enjoyed the way he trash talked and did all those things. I really liked him.
You know, guys, before I touch on Kyle Busch and, you know, my thoughts about it all, you know, football, it's kind of like the perfect guy. You know what I'm saying? For like a woman, the perfect guy. Like, and that's what happens to the other sports. A lot of the other sports fall wayside because here you got football, that perfect guy, good looking, good job, really nice guy, outgoing, and nobody else can live up to him. It's like the other sports can't live up to football. I think football has put a hurting on every other sport. I think the popularity and the growth of it has put a hurting on it. Because I remember when NASCAR, and that might be a stretch, but I remember when NASCAR was huge. When or in the early 90s, man. I
Mhm.
remember when NASCAR was absolutely huge. We have really good friends that are big NASCAR people. They're racers. And so I listen to him. I learn a lot just listening to him.
You give him a
And
shout
Kyle,
out, Barry. He's a spotter, son.
yeah, he's a
He's not
spotter.
just into it. He's really into it. He's a
Yeah, so
spotter.
their real good friend, Chris Gabehart, you know, he was a crew chief for Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch got him his chance, brought him up. He was a driver himself. He went to Purdue, and I think got a job with Kyle Busch's truck team, and then from his truck team became crew chief, and then he actually got him on. It got him his first shot. Chris's first shot, Kyle Busch did. So they had a connection there with Kyle Busch, and just talking to Barry, Kyle Busch, a lot of people don't know this that aren't hardcore race fans, but he raced during the week too. He'd show up at the
Mhm.
small tracks. A
Yeah.
lot of the guys won't do that. They're scared to get beat. I guess they don't love racing, but they say sometimes Kyle Busch would, you know, race 5 times a week. Big time competitor, great driver. I'm just listening to other people because I don't know a lot about the sport. He's, you know, in my mind, he's probably, I'm going to say he's the second, tied for second best driver of all time.
Of all
It,
time,
yeah.
Hot
The
take.
Right, I like, you know, the Magic Man number 2, and then Ricky Bobby number 1. I really think once Ricky Bobby came back after he kinda had his deal where he fell off and his dad came back in his life, put the fake drugs underneath the seat with the Wildcat. I just thought he was a different driver after that. So I put him number 2, but no, Kyle Busch from everything that you talk to people, he was one of the best. He was one of the best. So as a sports fan, as you said, Charlie, I can totally respect him. I did think it was cool that NASCAR said nobody else will be able to use his number. His son will be eligible to use his number if his son does race.
Mhm.
His
That'd be
son will
awesome.
be yeah, it would be. So, like Charlie said, man, you're never promised tomorrow. You never know, man. You always tell your family you love them.
yeah. And you guys and Barry were the first messages that I sent. And Barry, that was Barry's response was, man, his son's an up and coming driver, and you know, I hate to hear that, man, because you know, as a father myself, I don't know about you guys, and I don't want to make this morbid, but you know, as you get older, you start thinking, you know, that you know that things can happen. And
Mhm.
to me, it's not so much about it for me. It's more about like my kids not having a dad growing up.
Right.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
can't imagine that for his kid. And like you said, with the racing, 4 and 5 times a week, I think Tony Stewart did that too.
Yeah, he did. Tony
Tony
did that too.
Stewart would go
Yep.
around. He would race at dirt tracks.
Yep.
So guys like that are, like you said, they love the game, true to the game, don't care about. I'm sure he cares about his pride. He's got pride, but if you lose, you lose. But he's looking to compete as much as he can. So I'm with you, Anthony. The 90s, really racing in general in the 90s was awesome. My dad, like I said, was a big Indy fan. Lots of stars were in Indy with the Andretti's, Al Unser. There was a ton of them. You had Tony Stewart going back and forth.
Yeah.
Even and in the 90s, the stars in, especially in the mid to late 90s, early 2000s, the stars in NASCAR was crazy. I mean, you knew like every single name. Now, I think that's started to change in the last, 10 to 15 years for us. We're getting older. We're used to the older guys.
Yeah.
But what is cool is starting to see some of the same names, but it's the offsprings, the sons,
Junior.
you're seeing, I saw it in the Indy 500. Bobby Rahal's son is racing, and you're going to see it more and more.
But you got to
and
have money to
hopefully-
race, and they're for
Big money.
Yep.
big money. That's the only thing I don't like about racing. I'll be honest with you. Talking to Barry, most people to make it to the top, their families have to just have so much money to get them to the top. A lot of it's seat time. A lot of it's seat time. Getting the seat time, getting that experience behind the wheel. This is what scares me as a college football fan. Is talking to Barry and just listening to other people. The thing that not ruined it, but really has caused the decline in NASCAR's popularity was it just became about money. Became about like everybody had a different car for every track, and it was just more specialized, more corporate, more. They kind of sold out to the corporations because they needed the money. Okay, but then once they did that, the popularity kind of lost. And I worry about that with college football. I was listening to a couple YouTube videos this week of some people, Joe Cladd. I listened to a couple other guys, and they were just talking about the sustainability we talked about of college football with the money that it is. And they were the first ones that I heard said something that I've been saying. They said, well, how much is it? And they said, whatever you spend over rev share, that's what you're spending. The rev share is all equal. And I've been telling people that forever. Like, everybody gets the same amount for rev share. You can't even count that in the NIL. It's what do you have above and beyond that? And, it's becoming about money, just like NASCAR did. And I'm just scared it's going to ruin it if we're not careful.
His son is 11, Brexton. So
Yeah.
hopefully here in, I don't know, 7 or 8 years. What I guess you could get into it. What, 18, 19? I guess youngest.
Well,
but maybe
you don't need what's crazy is you don't have to have a driver's license to be a NASCAR driver.
Barry tells me about that all the time. I think he says his son's already driving cars.
Yeah, because like there used to be a guy in Louisville. I wish I knew his name. Me and my dad were talking about him yesterday. There was a kid. He was a freshman at Holy Cross, and he's on the circuit now. This was years ago. He was 14, 15. Driving NASCARs. He didn't have a driver's license. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think technically there's probably maybe not an age, but I would say at the youngest, usually the really good.
Right. I get what you're saying.
Maybe somewhere around 18 to 20 years old.
That's
so hopefully,
yep.
Hopefully here in the next 10 years, we'll see Brexton Busch out on the track rocking that 18.
I was disappointed in Ricky Bobby's boys. I really thought out of both those boys that one of them was going to make something. I thought the grandma was going to whip them into shape. But I guess grandma, somebody must have got between them and grandma, because I promise you, if grandma would have had anything to say about it, those boys would have definitely been straight and edge. They got off the track somewhere.
Imagine being those kids' real parents, and your kid's an actor, and then they got to go in and act like that. Dude, those kids were some of the best scenes in that movie.
I love that movie, dude.
I'm all hopped up on Mountain Dew.
He said, Dad, you got to get your balls back, Dad. Got to get your balls back.
So, again, from Blitz the Bookie, prayers out to the Busch family and friends and the whole sports world, really. So, all right, NBA is going on. We're sitting here watching Game 5. Anthony, you watching?
Nope, not yet.
Nope.
We'll keep you tuned in.
Josh, you're probably about a minute ahead of me. I can't
won't
see the
say no.
score right now, but it's first quarter, and it's tied 2-2. We got a chance at a
2-2. Your score is
You're
2-2.
way behind, dude. You're way
no
behind.
2-2. The
Oh, the
series
series.
is 2-2.
Okay.
Oh God. Okay.
I told you I'm only about 60 seconds behind.
All
It's
right.
16-10, and somebody just got fouled. So that's how far I am behind y'all.
Okay. Yeah, it's about a minute and a half.
I thought the same thing, Josh, when he said that.
No, series
like-
2-2. The Knicks, like we said, let's touch on the Knicks before we touch on this game. Have y'all seen? I don't watch ESPN. I don't watch much national TV, but I have heard and seen a couple people talking about they tearing the city down.
They're excited.
They
They're
think-
excited. All I know is the ticket prices are going to be unbelievable for finals games at Madison Square Garden. How much are people paying to get into these finals games in
They might
Madison
pay
Square
for
Garden?
game one after they get their butt whooped a couple times. They ain't gonna be paying no more. No, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. Brunson's kind of like John Starks. Carl Anthony Towns is kind of like Patrick Ewing. You think of the throwbacks there. So the
Brunson's better
crossovers
than
there.
John Starks. I
What's
think.
that?
Brunson's better than John Starks.
Oh yeah, but John Starks was tough, but Brunson's real good.
Oh, he was real tough. I
But
like
John Starks had a chip on his shoulder. Oh, I like that about
Oh, he was
Starks.
mean.
I love them Knicks teams back in the day.
Yeah.
I just love the basketball back in the day. I've
Yeah.
talked about it on this podcast multiple times with, the Mashburn situation, keeping up with him when he played for the Heat. The Heat and the Knicks battled every year. The Oakley, Mason on the Knicks with Patrick Ewing, John Starks. They had Allen Houston, who's from Louisville. They had a great team. And it seems like every team in the NBA was kind of built like that. You had a couple bruisers. You had a few people that was ready to fight. And I just love the basketball. But I like the Knicks back then. And I'm going to cheer for them. But I don't see them beating either one of these teams.
I think
But they
I'll
were
tell you
on a
what,
roll.
they're
What have
scoring-
they? Have
they're
they won
scoring
10 in a row?
points.
Yeah, they have like one of the best point differentials in the history of the NBA playoffs with the way they've been just thumping teams.
Really?
Yep.
Mhm. They played Sisters of the Poor, and then they played Holyoke of Mount Zion.
Might as well. The East was trash.
It was.
When you got to play the Cavaliers in the Final Four,
But the Cavaliers have been good for the last few years, and
how
I
could they
mean,
play in the East?
but James Harden just was getting exposed, and they were talking about his salary today. If the Cavaliers, they were 4 games away or 1 series away from making the finals, and if they keep James Harden, they have to pay him like $42 million. That's his
Get him
player option.
out.
I've been saying for at least 10 years that James Harden and Russell Westbrook are never going to lead you to a championship. It's not going to happen. They're good players, really good players, but they're not the guy that's going to lead you to a championship. So
No.
they have got to even out the league a little bit. So I feel like the West has been pretty loaded for a long time.
Yep.
When's the last time that the East has even been relevant? Was it back when, LeBron was on the Heat and the Celtics were still good with the KG in them?
Yeah.
And then you had maybe like the Bulls with Rose before he got hurt. There was a handful of them, but the East has been bad.
Well, the Celtics won it.
Overall.
Well, the Celtics won it 2 years ago with
Yeah.
Tatum and Brown.
I think
But the East was still weak.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Overall, yes. And then the Pacers lucked their way in there.
I think it's
Just
finding that
proves that
star.
the East is weak.
Yeah.
Finding that star, finding that SGA, that Wemby. Seems like the NBA is a star league. It just is. Finding that star
They
player.
all keep going out west. Cooper
Yeah.
Flag out west. Who's got the number 1 pick? Oh, the Wizards got the number 1 pick.
And
Don't
it
they?
seems like when the
Yep.
East gets the number 1 pick, they get guys like Bennett. Remember him?
Kwame Brown.
Yeah. The East gets horrible number 1 picks.
Bennett. Who is that?
Wasn't he
Where
from
was
like
from?
UNLV or something? Or
UNLV, the Cavs drafted
Anthony
him.
Bennett. He was not very good.
He was bad.
It was a weak draft. They
Oh,
knew
we
it
could
was
have-
a weak draft. Yeah.
But
We could have a whole
uh,
show on the draft bust. Maybe
was
we'll
the
do that.
draft,
The draft's coming up here in a month.
Who was the number 1 a couple years ago? Was that weak draft with Shepard number 3? Was that Zachariah? Or who was that number
Yeah,
1 in that
yep.
draft?
Yeah, that
Where'd he go?
Zachariah kid from Wizards, right? Did he
Yeah.
go or the Hawks? Or the
Whoever it
Hawks.
was, he was a buzz. I mean, not a buzz, but he ain't. I mean, he's a
okay.
good player, but he ain't no number 1 pick player.
That's what's
Yeah.
killed the East. The Hawks have been bad. The Bulls have been bad. The
The
Magic
Knicks
are
might have a
awful.
chance, though. I don't think they play much defense, though. If them and Oklahoma City play each other, I feel like they will score 1,000,000 points.
Hot take, and I'm gonna see what y'all think a little bit on the Kentucky side here. I know everybody has been on the whole Shea thing and the way he plays, and I'm not a fan of it.
Me neither.
But even worse than that, Karl Anthony Towns is the biggest crybaby
He does.
I have ever seen on the court.
Yeah, he's been whiny for a long time.
Dude,
Yes. He's a little
soft, dude.
flamboyant when he
He's
gets
soft,
fouled and
dude.
doesn't
Yeah,
get the
I don't know
call.
what he is either, Josh, but he's a good basketball player. He's a good basketball player.
So I'm cheering for Casey Wallace and
Aaron
Yeah,
Fox
he
play.
plays good. Hey, he's a nice. He's a good sub for them,
He
man. He
is.
knocks
He's
down
good.
threes. He plays good defense.
He's
I
good.
like Casey.
and then what
It-
about our boy Keldon Johnson still on the Spurs?
Dude, he was sixth man of the year.
Yeah, he's good. I seen the potential in him. I always seen the potential in him. He was
Cal just
he was
can't develop
athletic.
players.
Yeah.
Cal just don't develop them. He gets them to the league, but he can't do nothing when he's got them.
You like the Pope years.
He's missed on some of them, I will say, mainly the ones in this NBA playoff.
They was
Casey
there
Wallace,
because
he
of
wouldn't
him.
start
They were
Casey
there.
Wallace.
Why do y'all think we had them at our school? Why do you think we got to enjoy them?
What
we
was
got
it? Casey
ungrateful
Wallace and Shea both they got their spot taken over like Severe Wheeler and some other bum.
Yeah.
We got poke Anthony tonight.
What people don't realize, them players don't come to that school if Cal's not here. They're his players. They're not UK players. They're his players.
I agree with that. I agree.
They
I
are.
just like messing with you.
I know.
So we might have a flopper against a crybaby in the
crybaby.
finals. San Antonio.
We got De'Aaron
got a-
Fox on the Spurs as well.
I love De'Aaron Fox, dude.
Me
I
too.
dig De'Aaron Fox, dude.
Yeah, me too. I love De'Aaron Fox, and he's been there for a while now. I know he started in Sacramento, but he's been in San Antonio for a few years now. And
Yeah.
shit, Keldon Johnson's been there his whole career. That's a
Right.
what's he been? 5, 6 years, maybe
Yeah, he was-
longer?
2017, 2018.
We got a lot of
2018?
Probably.
8
lot of
years, dude.
Kentucky guys.
Good for him. Staying with the same team, that means they respect that guy and they value him to keep him. Anybody that stays on a team for 8 years these days, I feel like that's a good look for you because the organization obviously values you because they're quick to throw you to the side.
But the Spurs is probably one of the best run organizations in pro sports. When they
The
get a guy,
luckiest
they develop
organization.
players. I mean, they've been around for a long time. They've been good my whole life.
All
Or
right.
relevant. They've also been
well,
lucky with some draft picks. I mean,
they've been
in
bad.
my lifetime, they've had David Robinson, Tim Duncan, Tony Parker,
Lucky.
Ginobili,
Luckiest team
Wemby.
ever. I think when they got that number 1 pick, I think they had like a 1% chance of getting the number
Right,
1 pick
yeah.
that year. Everybody looked up when they said they got the number 1 pick. They was like, "Come on, are you serious?" And not only that, but Pop was smart. He brought into those European players early, the Ginobilis, the Tony Parkers. He was kind of one of the early adapters of the European player. You add that with Tim Duncan, and now you got the freak show Wemby.
Hey,
That's going to shut him down tonight.
Hey, speaking of Ginobili, this is pretty neat. I heard on the radio today. They're talking about the King of the Bluegrass that's out of Fairdale every year, the high school tournament.
Yeah.
Manu Ginobili has 2 twin sons, and they're going to play at the King of the Bluegrass.
Let's go. Where are they from?
Texas, I think. They might play for Reese Gaines' team. Remember Reese Gaines who played U of L? I think that's the same team. And he plays for them out in Houston or somewhere in Texas, I guess. I mean, I don't know where Ginobili's living these days, but I'm assuming Texas.
We'll have to check them out. We really will run it back to 1999, Josh. Let's go back to the King of the Bluegrass, baby.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I've seen a lot of good players play out there. I saw O.J. Mayo play.
J.R. Van Hoos.
Yeah.
Who else did we go
What,
out there
Antoine
that
Barber
one year?
out there?
Yes.
Man, I checked Antoine Barber. He don't want none, dude. I remember him playing for Kentucky thinking, man, I should be playing for Kentucky right now because I've checked him up, son. Antoine Barber now. You don't want none.
I see Josh Carrier, J.P. Blevins.
That's who we went to see, J.P. Blevins.
Yeah. His team was horrible. He played the center on the 2-3 zone. He played point guard on offense in the center on 2-3 zone.
That's what happens when you play for one of them mountain teams.
So-
And they don't got a lot of big enrollments. A lot of it's about enrollment. So not unless you're Hickory from Indiana, baby. Y'all ever seen that movie Hoosiers? Y'all seen
Well,
that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Dude. So
Well, yeah.
I've told y'all,
it's overrated.
I grew up going to high school basketball games in Southern Indiana. My grandfather, we went out across the back roads. I seen that. He was from a big high school, Jeffersonville, powerhouse over there. But I seen those small schools, and I can only imagine 30, 40 years prior what that felt like, what that looked like. Because even then, this was early 90s. Them small towns, dude, there was no classes over there. And I think basketball is the one sport you can go no class. Now, I'm not saying it's always equal, but I think you can get a good basketball team from a small town if those kids grow up together. You can't in football, but it is possible in basketball, and that's just that's a cool experience.
So, did either one of y'all want to see Oklahoma City win this? Anthony, I know you picked them, but do you really want to see them win this series, or you want to see the Spurs?
Let me check. Hold on. Oh, I need that. I thought I had my ticket in my phone. I need Oklahoma City to win it.
Ticket.
When they were
He's got
down
a
1-0, I went and made a bet that they would win the series. When they were down 1-0.
Speaking of tickets, what other tickets you got in your pocket there? No tip, Tony.
No tip. Tony got pick 6. He's the first guy I know to ever hit a pick 7. I didn't even know they made that. And he hit a pick 7.
Anthony went silent
almost
again
hit a 20.
all
I tell
weekend. For two straight days he went silent this weekend. I honestly, in my heart, I figured, man, he's with the family all weekend. Maybe they went and did something. I threw out a very sarcastic text about Anthony's probably betting horses, and he was betting horses. He really was betting horses again.
It was raining, dude. There wasn't much else to do this weekend. It rained miserable all weekend.
And he was winning, too.
I'll tell the listeners, and I screenshot and sent it to y'all. I literally almost hit a pick 6 with $2, a $2 pick 6, which is like unheard of, for $23,000. I missed one horse. It was 5-1. My horse was 5-1. And actually, I missed the pick 3 too, which was a $3 pick 3. So I had $5 invested if that horse would have won, or I would have picked the winner, which they were both 5-1. $5 would have won me $25,000. That might have been the greatest hit in horse racing history.
It would have been up there.
Yeah. And then the next day, I missed the pick 4. And I should have had that one.
Silent the whole time. Josh,
that's what I said. We both sent the same text. It's like he's either with the family
like they were my hottest
or no
picks
tip.
of the
Tony's
year,
up
dude.
to
I
his
just
old
got hot.
shenanigans. He's got a pocket full of tickets, smacking the program as we speak.
Playing pick 3s and pick 6s, dude. Like pick 4s, just trying to hit me a little something. Did y'all play any this weekend?
Yeah, I did. I played 1 or 2 races. I got beat. I got no tips. I was watching my text line and
Bayerano.
No tips.
Yeah,
Bayerano, that's the tip.
I won enough to pay for a couple little meals this weekend, hanging out, but I was picking some winners. I hit 5 out of 6 on Sunday, just messing around the house.
That's how it
messing
happens,
around at a little
Josh.
party. But I was scared to betting big money because I afraid I'd lose. So I was just scraping by.
I wasn't betting big either. I got lucky and hit a good pick 3, but I wasn't betting big either. I wish I was, because I was hot as a fire. And I had a nice little weekend just because I hit a couple pick 3s. But, dude, I was hot as a firecracker, dude. I wish I would have been betting big. Had a nice exacta, but if I would have been betting like I did those days on Derby Day, I would have cleaned up, because I was hitting everything. 10-1s, 12-1s. I was just, how it is. Just sometimes you have those days, dude. They're far and few between, but some days you just have those days. Me and Charlie got close to a pick 6 a couple years ago. Got down the last leg. We were just hitting, dude. It's just the way it was.
Were you at home or at the track?
Everywhere.
We're gonna have to put a tracker on.
Yeah,
Anthony,
no, everywhere.
I got an old Apple AirTag. I'm gonna put in its back.
Have y'all ever been out with y'all's family? Like, you've been out with the wife or whoever, and you're doing the family thing, or maybe something you kind of want to do, kind of don't want to do, but you're doing it because you're a good dad, good husband. But the whole time you're picking down your phone betting horses. Y'all report that one off before?
I've been there.
Yeah. That's kind of what I was doing. So, and she knows. When you're with somebody 20-something years, dude, they know every move you make, dude.
The first thing my youngest brother does when he goes to anybody's house is turn it on FanDuel TV, and he's betting 10-cent supers all day.
It's fun, dude. It's fun. I'm hooked on I don't invest a lot in them. The pick threes. I don't like bet multiple horses a lot of times, but I bet like a $3 or $4 straight pick three. I like the pick three bet, like $4 straight pick three. And I don't put multiples in hardly no. Sometimes I'll go maybe 1 and 2, but most time it's just 1. And it's fun because if I can hit one, it's some money. Like,
It
you
pays
know, it's
for your
not
day.
monster money, but it's usually decent
It'll pay for
money.
your day.
Yeah. So I like the pick three bet.
I need to bet more little pick threes than I don't. Hell, I just need to bet daily doubles, you know. I spend, you know, I was
like
making
the
some
double
bad
bet.
exacta bets yesterday.
I like
So,
the double
I
bet.
couldn't hit shit yesterday. I was hot Sunday, couldn't hit nothing yesterday. But that's the way it goes.
That's the way it goes.
So your ticket in your pocket says you need Oklahoma City. So I guess you're cheering for them.
Yeah.
I definitely want to see San Antonio win this.
Because
I definitely want to see it.
Because you like the foreigners. I'm not nothing against the foreigners, but I'm USA, dude. USA.
I'm USA too, Anthony. But
Dude,
you know,
Well,
John's
Wemby's
freaking
from another
Canadian.
country.
He's not,
so what? There's a bunch of
SGA's
Americans
Canadian.
on their team too. I think
That's right.
Kelton Johnson.
Kelton
Bucky
Johnson's from
likes the
America.
USA, baby.
De'Aaron
You're
Fox.
an Ohio State fan over here.
Yeah, they win. Bandwagons, huh?
I like it. Y'all know me. I like anybody that wins.
Oh yeah, it's Josh. Josh got me on the train.
Been rubbing off.
Hey,
Ain't been a year.
Oregon's the favorite to win it this year in college football. Looks like so. Yeah, I know I'm always with Oregon, so I'll roll with Oregon this year.
Cheaters,
guys. I tell you, I'm absolutely fiending for some football. Fiending. I don't even think they use that word no more. But that was a '90s word. Fiend mode for some college football, pro football. Let's go. I've been opening some packs of cards and seeing all the players. I mean, I'm fiending for football, dude. I feel like there is football and there's everything else. Like I need it in my life. Now, horse racing.
You don't see Josh's hat?
The Kings,
you ain't watching
baby.
the Louisville Kings, baby.
I need
UFL,
to get into
baby.
them.
We're
I
going to
need to get
playoffs.
into them. Have you been watching them, Josh?
Yeah, well, I watched them on Sunday. That was a good little game.
Yeah, good deal.
It's not my favorite football product I've ever watched, but it's okay. It entertains me a little bit. I'm not going to watch all 4 quarters, but if it's close, I'll watch that 4th one.
Well, what about you got the little raven. What's the horse, you know? What's you got the horse's head. Do you wear it during the game?
You're gonna have to work on that neigh there.
Yeah.
I don't got that. I don't got that.
Hey, but honestly, I've heard nothing but good things nothing but good things about people who have been out to the game. They said they really do it right. Really a great atmosphere. My brother's got season tickets. My dad's been out there a couple times. He really enjoys it. Both my brother and dad. My dad don't like anything, you know?
Yeah, I heard that they were giving away season tickets if you spent like over $200 at Kroger and use your Kroger Plus card.
Dude,
so yes.
No. They've already bumped up my brother's season ticket package like $200.
Oh, Jesus.
Dude, they're getting 9,000-10,000
who
people at
they
a
trying
game.
to sign, man? Who they trying to sign there?
They're filling the place up.
Okay.
It's crazy.
I
And
love
they've
it.
even had good weather. It's crazy, dude. I'm telling you, man. It's
Dude,
people in
I'm
Louisville
all
have
about it. I need
embraced
to go
it.
down there because I can watch football at the Pee Wee level.
Then you for sure need to go to a game because they say the atmosphere is great. The tailgating's awesome. I've heard I swear I've heard nothing but good things.
Cheerleaders is the girl that got U of L in trouble. Is she down there? Is she a cheerleader?
Katina Powell?
Yeah. Is she one of the cheerleading coach?
Yes, she does the dance team. She does the dance team.
Dance team.
She's more of a
There's a
she's more of
difference,
a
right?
dance
There's a
team
difference.
versus
Yes.
cheerleading.
So
Yes.
she is the Louisville Kings dancing director, Katrina Powell.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yep.
thought she would be. I really thought that would be the first phone call. But just because she has shown the ability to be able to satisfy crowds and, just make things happen. She's got a lot of pull in the city.
I had a Louisville fan tell me we needed some more Louisville stuff up in the background for Louisville fans to be more inclined to listen, and probably not helping us out there, Anthony.
Yeah,
Well, I will tell you this. I just thought of a great idea that I would
like.
like to go on business partners with Katrina Powell.
It's Katina. You got to get her name right. You're gonna be calling the wrong person.
Katina. Yep. People are always looking for angles to make money and different things. I guarantee, she's a exotic dancer. The way I understand it, if she did exotic dancing for UK parties, bring her in because she's the whistleblower that brought them down. Tell me that's like not a great combo.
I don't know if anybody wants to
Right
watch her
into the
dance.
Wildcat Lodge.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying for like people like say like you're a group of Kentucky fans and whatever, you're having a
Oh, for
big
the
party.
fans. You
Oh,
talking
Yeah,
about
for
for
the fans.
Okay.
Yeah, no, for the fans. For the fans. It's almost like as a to get the party started a gag gift.
A gag gift.
the woman
Oh, they gonna be gagging, all right.
the woman that brought down, the U of L Empire. Here she is. Let's give a big standing ovation for Katina to the ceiling pal.
Anthony's ate up.
Oh.
Dude, that she would have seriously, I think she would get business that way. It would be like a not so much they'd want to see her, it would be just like a play. She wouldn't have to do her at exotic dancing. She might be a little bit older for that. But what she could do, it'd be like a cameo deal where hey, we're
She got
here tonight.
daughters.
Family business.
It might
Family
not
business.
be a terrible idea, honestly.
Dude, I
Anthony.
think it's a great idea.
I mean, just
I
as long as she's not
guarantee you,
in
as a
jail-
Kentucky
if she's
fan, if
out
I
of
was going to
jail,
hire that, I would hire that because she brought him down.
Josh, she might be in jail.
I,
I don't
she's
know.
locked up.
She's been in trouble plenty of times over the years.
She
I know
needed to
that.
get out
I've
of this
seen her.
city. They was going to end her, son. They was going to get hold of her like they got hold of Papa John's. But if anybody knows that, they brought Papa John's back here lately, and then an article comes out that they're $30-40 million in debt from NIL.
They need that
So,
money. They need that Papa money, son.
they set him up because he blew the whistle on the crew over there, and so they set him up and took him down. And now they're in debt up to their ears because of NIL, and so they brought the Papa man back. Tell you who needs him back is Papa John's needs him back. All jokes aside, I used to say that Papa John's had the best cheap pizza. When I say cheap, just like delivery style pizza, something you can go pick up, not at a nice restaurant. It was Papa John's. It wasn't even close. And now you couldn't give me a Papa John's pizza. I'll do
They
the
all
garlic
suck.
breadsticks.
Yeah, I think they're all bad.
We got Pizza Hut the other night because we normally don't get Pizza Hut. It sucks too. They all suck.
Mm-hmm.
Don't y'all agree? For that delivery price pizza that Papa John's was like, they had that down, dude. They had the down. They did
Yeah,
the
that was
hand
that was our go-to for years.
You couldn't beat it for the money. I
Got
remember
the
when they
butt-
were like
got the-
$5
Got the
pizzas.
garlic butter. You fighting over the garlic butter.
Dominoes was good back in the day too, and it
Mhm.
sucks now.
I
Yep.
never was a big Domino's guy. Never was. We was Papa John's city here. When you went living in D.C., son, Papa John's was holding it down here in the Ville, Charlie. You went out there with the Dominoes. That's what's big in D.C., ain't it?
We eat both of them, but I feel like both of them were a lot better 15 years ago.
Let me ask y'all a question. Does Domino's, I always knew it had a national brand to it, but I never felt like it was big here. And maybe I'm just wrong. Am I wrong, or was it that Papa John's was just so big and he was from here that Papa John's just kind of dominated around here? I feel like Domino's was big nationally, but I feel like here in Louisville, it never got real big. Am I wrong when I say that?
I feel like they's all kind of equal, honestly.
Okay.
Like I think all of it was good back then, but maybe I was just 11 years old. But
I think it's just seemed like that around here because he was local to
Mhm.
around here. But like being when I was in Maryland, I'm kind of like Josh. I feel like they're both the same. Papa John's, Domino's, Pizza Hut. That was the three. Of course, you had Little Caesars, but I didn't really put that in the same. That was kind of a different category to me. I don't know if y'all looked at like
it's
that.
like the Kmart version of pizza.
Yeah,
Listen,
it's the
I'll eat a
dollar
Little
store. It's the
Caesars.
dollar store.
That's the freaking Temu freaking pizza. Listen,
Team-
you
the
get a
Temu.
$5 pizza at Little Caesars, no doubt, but that's what you get. It's a $5 pizza when you go to Little Caesars. I'm not knocking it because I've ate that $5 pizza and I've enjoyed it when I'm hungry, but that's what you get. You get a $5 pizza when you go to Little Caesars. Pizza Magia. Y'all remember Pizza Magia? That was Derek
Yep.
Anderson owned.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember.
There was one
those.
across from Butler over there.
Oh yeah, there was.
I need a brick oven pizza or something.
Yeah, I do too. Don't get me wrong, them are better. There's no doubt they're better. I guess when I'm comparing those, I'm, putting that in a different category.
Yeah, it is.
So from the NBA to Papa John's Pizza, back to the NBA. Can the Knicks beat either one of these teams? That's the question.
I
That's a
don't
good
think
question.
so.
I don't know.
I think they got a shot, dude. I think they got a shot.
I'm kind of thinking they do, but it wouldn't surprise me if the West just beat them. But I'm starting to wonder after they kind of dominated Cleveland like that and they've kind of ran through the playoffs, are they pretty legit,
I just want to see good basketball. There's literally been like 5 good games in the entire playoffs.
Yeah, I would like to see a good finals too.
I really think OKC is really freaking good. I just think right now they're running into the only team that can beat them. That's my theory as of now. Like, San Antonio for the year 62-20, and OKC is 64-18. Them are 2 crazy good records,
Mhm.
guys. OKC is really good, and I think if they get past the Spurs, I think they're going to just put a hole in New York. I think San Antonio is the only team that can beat them.
Yeah, I agree with that. Weird take here too. I think the Knicks got a better chance against the Spurs than they do OKC.
They don't play great defense and they don't have a really deep bench, but they are on fire right now. I think they've won, was it 10 straight games?
Yeah.
And then Josh, you said something about a highest scoring margin or winning margin.
One of the highest winning margins in the history of the NBA playoffs.
They haven't played Victor. Or,
yeah, they're definitely playing,
yeah.
but they're putting up numbers and they're on fire right now. Momentum means a lot. I'm gonna say they got a chance against either one of these teams. I don't know that they'll beat them, but I do think they could make it a little bit of a series, win a game, maybe 2 games. Ultimately, I see either one of these teams winning it. And I know Anthony, you talked about it. NBA probably setting it up for a game 7. Let's go. Let's set it up for a game 7. Set the finals up for a game 7. And let's see, a handful of really good games to end this season, because I'm with you, Josh. I haven't been able to really get into the NBA, and I hate it because I've always liked the NBA. I was a huge fan of the NBA in the 90s. We're never going to probably get back to that, but I just wish it would get to a point where, like you said about, I'm not going to watch all 4 quarters of the Kings game. I wish it would get to a point where I could watch 4 quarters or at least like the majority of an NBA basketball game. Because, when I was younger, I would watch, I'm sure you guys were the same.
Yeah.
Late 90s, early 90s, early 2000s. I was locked into the NBA playoffs, every game of every round.
Yep.
So I don't know that we ever get back to that, but can we at least get, 5 or 6 good games to end this season? I hope so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go edit that out. I'm serious. I don't even know.
I play shit all the time.
I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, anytime I've ever sent a video on YouTube with music, they immediately took it down.
I caught Rex saying, my son he won't say anything that I do is good or anything I say is good. He said, man, that's a pretty good song. I heard him humming it. And I said, yeah, it's a good song, man. I said, it's a real good song. It's a good little jam, dude. I used to love the NBA when I was a kid, man. I used to wait up for Jordan to come on. It was like he was a damn Luke Skywalker, dude, like coming in on the damn Death Star or something like that, ready to whoop Darth Vader.
Don't get Josh started on Star Wars.
I ain't saying that.
I've sent the bait out there for him. I'm trying to challenge him. I want the Ewoks. If you give me all the Ewoks, you can have Skywalker, Solo. Just give me all the Ewoks. Power and numbers.
Josh's next TikTok video is going to be Michael Jordan versus Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, I like that. There we go.
See, that's the thing that Chewie and Solo, they're just about the money.
They're smugglers,
they don't have
baby. Smuggling that spice.
They're the smugglers, right? Am I wrong? They're smugglers.
You're right. He was a spice runner.
They always want to get paid.
We're losing listeners. I can just see the numbers going down.
You can edit it out.
I love that shit.
I can just see the numbers going down.
If we can get in the Star Wars world, we will take over. Dude, I'm telling you, that world is legit.
All right. Well, hockey real quick. Josh, the Colorado Avalanche, the #1 best team in the NHL. They're on the brink of elimination, down 3-0. I think that game's probably already started. It's already started. They're down 3-0 right now to the who's it? The Knights?
The Vegas Knights.
Vegas Knights. I want to call them the Kings. And
yep.
They gonna pull it out tonight, Josh, or what? Are you done?
We switched the goalies. We're gonna get this win, regroup, and we're down 1-0 right now. This is awful. I've cursed the Avalanche. Bring back in the other goalie.
And then in the East, Carolina, Anthony's third team. Carolina, surprised he doesn't have his Carolina sweater on with his battle strap. They're up 2-1 on Montreal in the East. Third time's a charm, Anthony. I mean, hey, the Flyers didn't work out, and then you went. No, the Flyers was your second team. I can't even remember your first team.
Mighty Ducks. That's who I picked, but y'all wouldn't let me pick them.
That's right. I was on the Ducks too. So
Oh yeah.
I'd love to see him go down tonight in a sweep.
If you remember, Boston came back against the Yankees down 3-0, so it can happen.
So, because we're Blitz the Bookie and we love making picks, we're making some college baseball tournament picks. We're going to make some college softball tournament picks just because I like making picks. I talked to y'all about it a little bit before the show, but I absolutely love the format of the NCAA baseball tournament. 64 teams. They start off with 16 groups of 4. Those groups of 4 play a double elimination tournament. And then you get 16 teams that advance. I love that. I wish basketball did that. I feel like if they do this in basketball, it adds like 40 or 50 games to the tournament.
Right.
They'll never do it. But just the thought of it is, I love it. So double elimination tournament gets you down to 16 teams. Once you get down to 16, you match up with another team. Head to head, 2 out of 3. That will get you down to 8, which is technically the College World Series. Those are the 8 teams that go to Omaha. When you get to Omaha, back to 2 groups of 4, double elimination tournament, 2 winners. That's your championship, and that's a 2 out of 3 series to win the championship. Am I the only one that loves this shit?
I really do like the way they do it too. I've always kind of liked it.
I love it.
So right now we've got 16 groups of 4. We're just going to pick the regions for now. And our Cats did make it. They were on the bubble. They made it in. I think they were like the second to last team, or maybe the last team.
I think it was the last team announced.
Well, I saw the last 4 in, and we were in that group. All right, let me see. Y'all got the bracket pulled up?
I do.
How many teams is the total?
64.
All right, where is it at? Y'all ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
It's shots in the dark, but I love making picks, and I'm kicking y'all's ass in these picks right here. All right, first group of 4 is the number 1 overall seed, UCLA. They're 51-6.
Yeah.
They're the number 1 overall. They're in there with Virginia Tech, Cal Poly, and St. Mary's. Can anybody pull the upset?
I got UCLA. I don't see anybody there beating them.
I love UCLA.
I do too. I think this team's really good. I seen them. I actually watched them hit that walk-off the other day in that was to go to the championship game. Yep. What made it cool was that the batter before that, they were pumping up because I guess he's the best player in baseball.
Mhm.
And he was up with I think it was bases loaded. Was it bases loaded?
Maybe.
But he got out, and then the next guy, first pitch, walk-off home run. So that was cool. All right, we're all going UCLA. The next one is, unfortunately, Kentucky's region. So if we do get out of this region, guys,
we get UCLA.
We get UCLA. The host, West Virginia. They're actually, the West Virginia, I believe, is the 16. They're the last host. So I think they're the 16th overall seed is how they do it. So West Virginia, Wake Forest, Kentucky, and Binghamton up in New York. I used to know a guy that was from Binghamton. I'm going with the Cats, baby. You know I'm going with the Cats. I don't care. I'll make any prediction I want. And I'm taking the Cats. I don't care.
I like the Cats as well.
They're going. The Cats are winning.
Cats,
baby. Let's go. Just to put a note here. Hey, don't go bet on it. Just don't see. We don't want you to blame. We don't want you to blame us for picking the Cats to win this region.
Bet them, you get some odds.
Moving on, the next bracket, Southern Miss is the host. You got Virginia, Jacksonville State, and Little Rock. Is anybody going to take out Southern Miss? Southern Miss 44-15. I'm going upset here. I'm taking Jacksonville State to win it.
I know nothing about none of these teams.
Me neither, Anthony.
Virginia.
I'll go
Very-
Southern Miss then. I'll take the chalk on this one.
Imagine that. Southern
He
Miss.
said, "Oh, he just poor Josh got to take the chalk."
The next region is the Florida region. They're hosting with Miami, Troy, and Ryder. I'm taking the Gators. Florida, Miami, Troy, and Ryder.
I'm going Troy.
Two of these teams have men's names, Ryder and Troy, and then you got Florida, and Miami. Miami ain't really a part of Florida.
Break
Florida.
it down. Talk it out.
Two
Florida.
Floridas.
All right. This is what I think is probably the toughest bracket, the toughest region. North Carolina. Their 2 seed is Tennessee. And then they've got East Carolina and VCU. I'm actually going to take North Carolina to come out of there. This is really tough. I think they got a tough draw. And there's no way I'm taking Tennessee. But give me UNC to come out of that.
I'll take the Volunteers. Give me UT. East
Anthony?
Carolina.
East Carolina, baby.
There we go.
East
East
side.
Carolina. Chris Johnson, fastest man in the NFL.
They've always.
All right, next one. Texas A&M is a host. They got Texas State, USC, and Lamar. Another man's name, Lamar.
I'm taking Lamar. I'm gonna go ahead and give me Lamar. Y'all know I love Lamar Jackson and the Ravens.
Oh
so
my
I'm taking
goodness.
Lamar. One of the best quarterbacks of all time. I mean,
He's trying to get the Louisville fans back. I see what
Let's
you're
go.
doing at. I'm going Texas A&M. Taking
I think
chalk
this is
on
the
this
year
one.
the Baltimore falls off. By the way, I'll take Texas A&M. Go Aggies.
All right, then, and what is actually another really hard region here? Nebraska is the host, but they got Arizona State, Ole Miss, and South Dakota State. Arizona State and Ole Miss are both pretty good. I'm going to do the same thing I did in the North Carolina one. I'm going to take Nebraska to get out of there, but I do think that's going to be an interesting region right there. Give me the Cornhuskers.
give me the Ole Miss Rebels for
Ole
no
Miss.
reason other than
I'll-
I like their uniforms.
I'll
SEC,
take
baby.
Ole Miss. Ole Miss.
And then we got Auburn. I think they're either the 3 or 4 overall seed, hosting NC State, UCF, and Milwaukee.
I'm taking the Brewers here.
Taking the Milwaukee Brewers.
I'm going with the Milwaukee Brewers.
That ain't
Yes.
the pro team.
They are
That's
leading
not.
the NL Central. If they're leading the NL Central, they can win this bracket. I'll tell
like-
you that right now.
I like that angle.
Well,
Who you
y'all know
got,
I'm
Anthony?
I'm a big Disney World fan. I'll go Central Florida.
Well, we're all going different on this one, and I'm not taking the chalk. I'm going upset NC State. Their coach is a legendary college baseball coach. This is his last year. They were kind of a team that was on the bubble. They're giving him one last ride, and they're going to make a run out of it. I'm taking NC State. Other side, the number 2 overall team, Georgia Tech, 48-9. It's a hell of a record.
Yeah.
They are hosting Oklahoma, the Citadel, and UIC. I don't even know who that is. That's Illinois, Chicago, I think. I'm going Georgia Tech.
Same. I'm chalking this one up. Yeah.
Oklahoma. Georgia Tech plays in the ACC. I do know that. I know the ACC is inferior to the SEC, so I'll go Oklahoma.
The next one, Kansas is the host with Missouri State, Arkansas, and Northeastern. I'm going chalk. Give me Kansas. I almost took Arkansas in this, but I'm gonna take the host here. Give me Kansas.
Yeah.
I know who you're taking, Anthony. You ain't got to say it. John Calipari.
Peach,
Yep.
do it.
Give me Missouri. Give me Missouri State.
Missouri State
Give
with
me
the upset, baby. The next one, Florida State is hosting. Their first round matchup is against Rick Pitino, baby.
St. John.
Don't
Florida
seem like
State.
St. John's is that good at baseball.
I
There ain't
know.
no
I wouldn't
way.
think so.
There's no way. There's no way they're any
Dude,
good.
so when my daughter, they'd have tournaments down in Florida, like during spring break in high school, and they play like a few teams from up north, like in New York. And not against New York, but I just always thought there's no way they're gonna beat us. Like they're not good at baseball up here or softball.
Florida State, Coastal Carolina, Northern Illinois, and St. John's. I'm going coastal here, baby.
I'm
going
coastal too.
Carolina.
I like coastal as well.
Seminoles.
FSU for Anthony.
Bobby Bowden's supposedly coaching baseball for the Seminoles.
Bobby Bowden against Rick Pitino, baby.
St. John's don't have a baseball team. That's like
I don't believe
it's
it
like
either.
the St. John's the Caribbean or something.
It says St. John's NY, so it is Rick Pitino, I promise. You got Alabama hosting with USC upstate, Oklahoma State, and Alabama State. I'm going upset here. The home state upset. Alabama State takes out the big, mighty Crimson Tide in Alabama. Let's go. Alabama State, baby.
I go
Alabama State's going to do the same thing. They're doing the same thing Kentucky's going to do to Alabama in week 2 of football. Kick their ass.
My grandpa used to always say, kick ass and take names.
Who you got?
Tide.
Okay, same. Yeah, I got Alabama as well.
Bama.
Roll Tide, baby. Roll Tide.
Texas is hosting Holy Cross. They're over on Dixie Highway. I wonder how they're going to compete with Texas. You got UC Santa Barbara, and you got the Fighting Billy Gillespie's Tarleton State. Can anybody take down the mighty Texas Longhorns? Yeah, I'm going Texas, but I really want to pick Billy Gillespie here.
Do y'all see Holy Cross's record?
25-28.
There's a couple teams. There's a handful
of
teams that are under 500. At least 3 or 4 that I noticed.
I want to take the Cougars I want to take the Holy Cross Cougars in the upset. The biggest upset in the history of the World Series.
It might
My son might be going to school at Holy Cross, so I'll roll with Holy Cross, you know.
There you go.
I thought for sure you were going to be like, my son's going to Holy Cross, so I'll take Texas. All right, we got Oregon is the host, Oregon State, Washington State, and Yale. I thought they just played soccer and lacrosse and chess, but obviously Yale has a team too. Y'all taking Oregon here? The Oregon's 40-16. They're hosting. I'm going with a little upset here, even though they are the 2 seed in this bracket. I'm going Oregon State. Oregon State is usually a powerhouse in baseball. They have been, over the years, and they're 43-12. They actually have a better record than Oregon. Give me Oregon State in the little upset here.
I'm taking the Beavers as well.
Washington State for me.
All right, we got 2 more. Mississippi State hosting Louisiana, Cincinnati, and Lipscomb. This seems like the easiest bracket. Mississippi State rolls. I don't even know. I don't even know if they get a game here. Maybe I'm wrong, but Mississippi State destroys every team they play in this one.
Mississippi State might be an underdog, but that's still a dog. And
they ain't underdog in this bracket.
They're going to be underdog next bracket. But they're still a dog, and they're going to fight. So I heard a girls softball player say that today. Say that they had upset somebody in the SEC tournament, and she said, "We are the underdogs, but that's still a dog, and we're here to fight, baby." I thought that was. She said it like cooler than me.
You taking Mississippi State?
Yeah, I'll take them.
Yeah, me too.
Well, they are going to be dogs in the next one because this is I think they're either the 3 or the 4. I'm mixed up on who's the 3 and who's the 4 between Georgia and Auburn, but Georgia hosting Liberty, Boston College, and LIU. Georgia in a rout.
Yeah.
Georgia all day. Go Dogs.
Yeah, Georgia's the 3.
I think Georgia.
All right, so we got our 16. We'll keep an eye on it. It's all the games start on Friday. I think.
Yep.
I think maybe everybody plays on Friday, if I'm not mistaken.
So. Yeah, it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, so it'll all be done by Sunday. Next week we'll reevaluate, see how we did, and then we'll pick a 2 out of 3 series that we'll have 8 matchups of 2 out of 3. I'm looking forward to watching a lot of the baseball. The Cats, I'll be keeping up with them, but I like this time of year, and I'll be watching I'll be watching the baseball. Anthony, I know you'll be watching the softball. They're a little bit ahead. They're actually already down to their, I guess what they call their World Series, because they're down to 8.
Yep.
They're down to 8.
Let me
What you
make
got,
a quick thing that I noticed here. In that, each one that comes out of that regional, it can come down to there's possibly 4 dogs, but 3 bulldogs in that Final Four. You got Yale, you got Georgia, and you got Mississippi State. I was trying to see on that upper if there was any dog mascots in there.
Go off 4 bulldogs.
All bulldogs, baby. All bulldogs. That would be cool. The whole bulldogs deal. So
I went to Kentucky tournament game back when Rondo, when we had Rondo. We were the 8 or 9 seed. We played UConn, Rudy Gay and them. They were the 1 seed, and I went up to Philly for that. And it was 2 games. It was the session was 2 games, and it was Kentucky, Connecticut, and then it was Arizona and Villanova. So it was 3 Wildcats.
Yeah.
And I kind of thought the same thing, like, man, it would have been cool if it was 4 Wildcats, but I thought that was pretty cool. So do y'all got you got the final 8 here? Man, I had ESPN. I had it all last night, and I done lost it all. I can't find the damn bracket. You got the final 8?
Yeah, I do.
Of the softball?
Yep.
So we're down to 2 groups of 4.
Yeah.
So let's just pick the winners of the group, see who we think's gonna be playing for the championship. Josh, you got them? Read them out.
Yeah, we got Texas Tech versus Mississippi State. And then we got Tennessee versus Texas.
That's a tough group right there.
Yeah.
ain't nobody beat Texas Tech.
So we're Texas A&M, or no, Texas Tech.
Yeah.
Is that the one y'all were saying? Jason Williams?
Yeah, Jason Williams' daughter. That was the big story on the internet the last few days. Jason Williams' daughter, Mia, went to Florida for 2 years, transferred to Texas Tech because she got some money. And the Florida fans were chirping at her on Friday. They hit her twice, and then she hits the game-winning home run.
But they say she sticks her leg out. They say she's a dirty player and she sticks her leg out.
To get hit by the pitch?
Yeah. And then they play on Friday. She gets hit 2 more times. And then Florida wins. So the grudge match was Sunday. They hit her again, but she also hits another home run. And on that home run, she did this big bat flip. I don't know which game it was, but Jason Williams, her dad, White Chocolate, was escorted out of the stadium.
Was he really?
And then they brought him back at Florida.
Yeah.
It was at Florida. He got to come back. I guess he went and called one of his athletic director buddies. They let him back in. They said the fans were chirping bad at each other.
Oh, yeah. They said there was this one lady got kicked out because she was throwing stuff at his daughter. And they asked if he wanted to press charges. And he said, no, that's an old woman. She don't have much time left anyway.
Yeah. Dude, I've told you this, Charlie. I've told everybody this, and you just don't understand it until the softball world is nuts, dude. The baseball world, people are nice in the baseball world. Softball world, them people are crazy, dude. They're nuts.
They are.
They are nuts, dude. They're nuts. They will travel for freaking B-level softball, freaking 4 or 5 hours away, son, hawk their freaking wedding ring and freaking go take out a loan against their vehicle so little Brittany can freaking be there. And you think dads are bad with their sons. Put it this way, I know you don't have a daughter, Charlie, but people are always a little bit more protective over their daughters. Imagine somebody like screwing your daughter over in the game. Oh, dads get red, son. They get red. Like
I can believe it.
Because I can see the difference. Because like my son, I'll sit over and time, toughen it out. And I told my daughter that too. But like it's just different. Like you almost feel like they're a protector, in that sense when it's a girl. I don't know, but dads get crazy with the girls.
It got so bad that Jason Williams said today that he would never step back foot at Florida unless his daughter was playing.
Wow.
But I got a little take on that too. But do you even consider him? I mean, he went to Florida, but did he really how much is he considered like a Gator? How many games y'all think he played at Florida? Y'all got any idea?
No, what'd he play there? 2 years?
He played 20 games total. He played there 1 year, got suspended for smoking weed, allegedly.
Was he only on the team for 1 year?
Yep, because he transferred. The only reason he went there was because he followed Billy Donovan from Marshall. When Billy Donovan got hired from Marshall, Jason Williams was on his team. He's like, Coach, I'm going with you. And he ended up going, had to sit out a year. And then Billy Donovan gave him all these rules to follow. He wouldn't go to class. He was failing drug tests, allegedly, But he played 20 games at Florida. And
I'm kind of with you. He went to Florida, but I've never really thought of him when you think of like the Florida greats.
Yeah.
You don't really think about him. Although, he was. He had his deficiencies, a lot of them in the NBA. That's why he didn't last very long. But he was one of the best handles you've ever seen in your life.
Oh, of course. The Kings got better when they got Bibby instead of him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He couldn't play. He couldn't play any defense.
Right.
But he was fun to watch. But yeah, I'm with you. He doesn't seem like I don't want to say he's not a Gator, but I do kind of I get what you're saying
because it was funny. He was on with Big Cat from Barstool today, and Big Cat goes, "You were a Florida legend." I'm like, was he?
Yeah, we got some Florida followers. So if any of y'all are listening, let us know.
Yeah, I want to know y'all's take on that too, because there was a lot of Florida fans in those comments who were like, "Dude, he's not a legend." Joakim Noah, those guys were legends. He didn't win anything. He played like 20 games.
I think y'all are cutting White Chocolate short. White Chocolate was nice, son. He was nice. Here's a hot take. White Chocolate's a top 100 NBA player of all time.
You're
White
nuts.
Chocolate.
Dude, that's the worst take you've ever had.
White Chocolate, baby. White Chocolate. He revolutionized the game. He seen shit nobody else could see, baby.
Not even close to top 100, but I put him in the top 1, maybe top 2 or 3 ball handlers.
Oh, yeah.
White Chocolate, baby.
Matter of fact, he might, I don't know if I want to call him the best, but he's up there.
Are we talking about white chocolate or sexual chocolate?
Are you talking about a candy bar, or we're talking about basketball?
I'm talking about Coming to America when he says.
Are you talking
sexual
about?
chocolate?
Are you talking about a strip club?
No, sexual chocolate. You ever watch Coming to America? That guy be saying,
hell yeah, if you haven't,
and he says, sexual chocolate.
Yeah,
I like you see, just let your soul go, and he says, sexual chocolate.
If you're listening to this podcast, I'd say there's a 90% chance that you have watched Coming to America. And if you haven't, go watch it because it's a classic. All right, let's pick these games. Who'd you say? Texas Tech
is playing Mississippi State, and then Tennessee and Texas.
All right, so I don't even know the ranks in this.
Texas is the 1 seed. Tennessee's the 2.
All right, that's exactly what I was going to guess, too.
Texas Tech is playing Mississippi State. So,
well, even before y'all told me the whole story about Jason Williams' daughter, I was already planning. I did a little research last night on some softball and baseball. So I know y'all were just picking blindly, but I actually know a little bit about what I'm talking about here. And I was taking Texas Tech anyways. To give them, is it Texas Tech, Texas A&M? Who is it?
No, it's Texas Tech. And
Texas Tech's got the $1 million pitcher.
Yeah, but she lost last year.
I didn't even know that part, but I'm taking Texas Tech. Give me the
I like
Raiders,
Texas,
baby.
I like Texas Tech as well. I think this is
I thought I was going to be.
They're on the revenge tour.
The Mike Leach, baby. Cliff Kingsbury.
Who you going with, Anthony?
Texas Tech, Patrick Mahomes, Mike Leach, Cliff Kingsbury.
I thought I was going to be like the hot take here.
No, you're talking to two guys who watch women's softball.
Oh, my goodness. I thought I knew what I was talking about.
They ain't paying her $1 million for no reason, Charlie, and they got other ones too.
That Tennessee
pitcher.
I
seen what happened last year with the $1 million pitcher. They used her too much, and they lost in the last game.
They didn't use her too much. They had to use her. They wouldn't have been there without her.
What team was that?
They lost to Texas.
A&M? Was that A&M?
No, just Texas.
That was Texas.
Yeah. Tennessee's got a nice pitcher as well.
I'm going to tell you this. We've talked about this during football season. The NIL has been nice to a lot of people. It's been nice to the upper tier of the Big Ten. But I'm going to tell you what, the NIL has been nice to the state of Texas. I'll just say that. It has been nice. Everything Texas has done well at. All the football schools, SMU, TCU, Houston, Texas A&M, Texas Tech, they've all thrived in the NIL era. Their baseball teams, their softball teams. I
Because
mean,
they're getting like $200-300 million in donations a year.
yeah.
Like, say the number is something like that. I heard
Yeah.
I heard this like a couple weeks ago or something.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Kentucky got I forgot what the numbers were. Kentucky's donations were like 30 million, 40 million, 50,
Yeah.
something, and like I think it was Texas was like 200 million or something.
You know, I don't know how it was like in DC because DC is kind of a unique area over in Maryland. I don't really call like Maryland the East true, or I don't call it the South. I feel like it's kind of in the middle right there a little bit.
Maryland is the East Coast.
I know it's
Yeah.
East, but it's kind of closer. It's getting close to the South. It's getting close to the South there. But it is. I mean,
That's
you're
north,
right outside of
dog.
Maryland. You're in Virginia. I mean, you know, it's Virginia's right there. But when you go down south, man, sports is just king down there, man. It's when we had a chance to travel down there when Raleigh played down there. It was just sports was so big down there, dude. Just not just softball or baseball, just sports in general was so big at the South.
Well, there's no East Coast teams in this softball bracket, I'll tell you that.
So who's the other group of four, Josh?
You got Alabama versus UCLA and Arkansas versus Nebraska.
Tied.
All right. Well,
I knew who I won in this one. I mean, y'all want me to go first?
yeah, y'all can go first. I keep thinking I'm going to be a hot take. I think I'm going to have another hot take here, but I probably won't. Y'all probably pick the same team. Go ahead.
I'm taking Arkansas.
Oh, pig suey cow lover over here.
So you got Alabama, UCLA, Arkansas, Nebraska.
Roll Tide. Some of the best softball I ever seen was played in Alabama. Roll Tide.
All right, so we're going a little different. You got Alabama. Who'd you take, Josh?
I got Arkansas.
Arkansas and Alabama. I'm going Nebraska, baby. Give me the Cornhuskers. They play softball down there, son. Texas Tech and Nebraska. What's the seeds in that four, Josh?
It don't really say. It just has like their rankings. It's weird because I don't get how they're ranked in my bracket that I'm looking.
It don't matter. I'm sure these are probably the top 8 teams.
Yeah.
There ain't usually very many upsets in this sport. I know that.
Are
This
we
is
all
one of
taking?
them sports where you don't
Are
get
we-
a ton of upsets.
Are we all taking Texas Tech to win it all?
We gonna pick our winner right here, or you want to wait? We can pick it. Who you got? Y'all got Texas Tech. I'll go different. I'm gonna go Nebraska. Who cares?
Yeah, I'm going.
You
I'm
got
going
$1 million
Texas Tech.
pitcher. Give me Nebraska.
I'm just rooting for Texas Tech. I was rooting for them last year. I just wanted to see them win. It's just my thing. And
I'll pick a little. Not a, really. I don't even call it upset because I know they're a high level team. I'll go Alabama. Just be a little. We all got a different team.
There we go. 3
They got
different.
good softball in Alabama.
Yep.
We'll see what happens. I'm kicking y'all's ass in both of these. I can't wait for the baseball. When's the softball? So they're a little bit ahead. Do they play?
They start Thursday.
So is there's like Thursday, Friday, Saturday?
Yeah, but then after they kind of got like another breakdown too. You know what I'm saying? Like
They'll go to their championship series. So I guess they stay about a day. Of course, they're like 2 rounds ahead, but I think they're about a day ahead too, kind of on how they play.
Yeah, their pool play will end on Monday, and then the following. Hold on. Yeah, and then it'll start next Wednesday. The championship, the best of 3, will start Wednesday.
And the baseball first, the regions are Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Are they all? No, they're Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday you've got the if necessary games.
Oh, really?
You know what I'm saying?
They'll play Monday. Well, I guess if you get rainouts or something, or
No,
they are.
no,
Some
no,
are Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Yeah, because you'll have
Okay.
an if necessary game. Like if whoever wins their first 2 games, whoever comes out of the losers bracket, will have to, if they win the first game, there'll be another day. And I think I want to say it's Monday. Guys, we got anything else?
That's it.
A cool add on there. I've been to the college softball World Series there. We had a tournament down there during the World Series. But as you're watching the World Series at that stadium, you can look over across the field, and you can watch Remington Park races, so horse races. So
really?
it's literally right next door. I think it's Remington, if I'm not mistaken, but it's
That's pretty
right
cool.
there.
Yep.
Kind of like at U of L Stadium, you can see, you got Churchill right there.
Actually, it's a little closer than that. I know that's crazy because U of L Stadium's right there, but it's a little bit closer than that.
Well, that's as much U of L talk as you're going to get. That was a lot of U of L talk this week. I mean,
It
damn,
was.
we brought him up like 3 times. I know we don't have anything in our background, but man, if y'all are listening, we talked about you.
Yep. We said your name a couple times. I even brought up Reese Gaines, you know.
Trina Powell.
Yep.
Dude, we might have brought him up like 5 or 6 times.
Man.
Really?
Try
This
to
was
get her
a
business.
Heavy Louisville episode right here.
Papa
Yep.
John's.
Dude, it might have been 10 times.
Wow.
Guys, appreciate everybody listening. As always, all the social media accounts, check us out. Keep hitting up the TikTok videos, the YouTube videos. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube. Tell a friend about us, and we'll catch you next week, guys. Blitz the Bookie.
See y'all.
See y'all, guys.
Charlie got the mic, he's dropping facts all day. Anthony's like, nah, I got the better parlay.